Feature Friday.
The freshest. Okay, so this is Sarah Geronimo singing in Japanese.
What the?
I know. In 2011.
Whoa, let's give this a watch.
2011.
Apparently
A little while back.
Japanese is not as hard because it's more, it's syllables. It's by syllables.
Is what is it called?
I don't know.
Syllabic language.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, so
Same as Korean.
probably some people can really replicate it proper, even though you may not,
know what you're saying.
No, even though you may not speak it fluently.
Ah,
So let's give it a watch.
Ooh.
But apparently, I haven't tried it.
I haven't tried it either, not even close.
Go, let's see. How
Sounds really hard though.
Yeah, it sounds cool. It's one of the coolest sounding languages. Bizarre how her voice changes a bit as well, doesn't it?
Well, let's make a point of that.
Yeah, sure.
That actually happens a lot because the positioning of your larynx. Oh, I didn't press it. The position of the larynx actually shifts and it changes depending on the language. And a lot of people don't really think about that fact, but those that are multilingual actually notice the difference between language and language. So often in languages like Spanish, the larynx sit and Tagalog, the larynx sit a little bit higher, so they have more. They're twangier. But then you see the difference when they speak in English. A lot of the times you hear the larynx slightly drop just underneath, taking away the twanginess from the natural inflection because of the language. And the positioning of the tongue and how you use your breath, everything is different.
So you'd say your voice, what is it, higher pitched or lower in what language?
Well, it depends on the way of speaking.
So say you're squeakier in Spanish.
Definitely, 100%. But it's because Spanish is a lot twangier. It sits easier on the top.
But when you sing, I actually feel it's fuller in Spanish.
Oh, but that's just modulation.
Right.
You hear it in Regine Velasquez all the time. Her speaking voice is so very different to her singing voice, and it's because her speaking voice naturally sits quite high up in her cheeks, but she modulates so very differently when she's singing. Yeah.
Right, interesting. So, because Sarah's here is more like
it's sweeter, it's higher, but it's not twangy.
No, yeah, it's completely different, yeah. Because she, I guess, if she was gonna be anything, it would be twangy, given the fact she speaks Tagalog. It's not like she's twangy in her actual voice, but in Japanese, it's like that's completely outside the window.
Yeah,
it doesn't. A possibility.
And I think it's because of how the larynx work in the Japanese language.
Interesting. You don't really get much twang in Japanese actually.
You
get more.
Yeah, it's very breathy. The person just screams from the top of their lungs.
But imagine this was in Japan, right? Yeah, in Japan.
Japan, yeah, I would think so.
Wow, how mad!
That's crazy.
A lot of these artists sometimes do travel to Japan, and then they sing. But obviously, as like a little bit of a tribute to all their Japanese fans.
Yeah.
They go and they sing in Japanese. Oh my god!
It's pretty nuts, though. How the hell? It is tough. It's a lot of.
It's tough to sing any language you don't know.
It's a lot of work.
God, yeah.
It's so nerve-wracking too. God, am I singing it right? Am I doing it right?
I guess you can kind of gauge.
It's like the crazy thing is though when you're like thinking of all the notes that you've been given, you've been coached before you go on stage, and then when you're singing it, you're all replaying it one by one.
And she doesn't have any like teleprompters going on.
I don't think so. No. Or maybe she does.
Maybe she does, yeah. Wow, the acoustics of that place are ginormous.
They're beautiful.
Oh, yeah, she is. She does have a teleprompter.
Such beautiful audience, though. They're so encouraging. And actually, it's really interesting because look at her body, like her posture is very different to what we usually see in her performances. But it's obviously because she's reading, so she's leaning forward more than usual, and it's actually interfering a little bit with the finding of the higher notes. And you saw it in the second time she went straight from a full fall and not a falsetto.
Right.
And that to me is a clear sign that you're
this is not
working.
Piece
yeah.
That you're 100 100,000% comfortable with.
Yeah, because you could obviously reach those notes effortlessly, right?
Yeah.
But is defining is the familiarity aspect of it all.
It's focusing more on sort of the, not murdering the pronunciation. It's sort of
Yeah.
like me when it's like, imagine I had to present a show and I had to remember some names.
Oh.
No, thank you. You know what I mean? I'll just give everyone. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a phone ringing.
It's just somebody.
Just someone destroying their house. That's always when you start recording. Go on.
It's like they pick the times that we're recording.
Pricks.
Efra! Come on, be a nice person. Be the bigger person. Efra, stop! What a great song, though.
It's very heartfelt, isn't it?
And I also think she was very young here too.
But there you see the huge change in her speaking voice and her singing voice. It's ridiculous.
My point exactly.
A lot of these singers.
Language has so much.
Yeah, a lot of the singers, especially from the Philippines, their speaking voice is so different to their singing voice.
And I think it's more females than males, actually.
It seems actually in Spanish as well sometimes, like Latin American men and Latin American, like in men sometimes it's really prevalent where they speak very differently and then they sing like, it's like, what the fuck? That came out of you, bro?
Yeah.
Very bizarre.
It's really weird though, but it's so fascinating to me. That's why, I enjoy studying voice, the art of voice. Efra, stop!
My neighbor, turn that shit off, man.
I find it's such a science on its own. It goes beyond singing. Stop it.
If this was his neck, man.
Oh my god. Why so much
Put his head down.
Why so much aggressive energy today?
Just saying. Every fucking morning.
But it's not morning.
Well, it wakes me up, doesn't it?
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, continue. My point is out of the
Apologies,
window.
I do apologize.
That's okay.
I mean no harm to you, just to him.
No, he's actually a nice person for any illegal reasons. This is just a dramatization of Efra's intentions. They're not true nor real.
Just like I slips down the stairs and you're gonna blame me.
Efra, stop!
Oh. Do you think she was younger then?
I think so. Well, it's definitely
2011.
2011. That's 10 years ago, brother.
She looks exactly as... Sounds like the OST of like an anime.
See?
A bit more comfortable now.
Such a growth.
Kind of interesting to watch different singers' adaptability skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a
Oh, how nice.
How do you say? Arigato.
Arigato.
Right.
Arigatos. Yeah, there's something else to say very much, but
I
I
used
forget.
to know it from karate.
Arigato is my.
I don't remember. And I used to know how to count in Japanese as well, right?
Oh,
So I had to. In my fighting, in my kids' fighting days, used to beat the crap out of all the little ones. And then I stopped when I started getting my ass kicked. By bigger kids. Why would they put me against bigger kids?
Because you were good.
Oh my god, I was still a child. That's count as abuse, dude.
No.
Some of those motherfuckers were close to 16 and I'm like a 10-year-old with my little fists up.
Efra, they were 12.
Fuck, how old was I?
10.
No, I wasn't 10.
Yeah, you were probably like
No, I
9,
wasn't 10. So I was
8.
So I was 4 belts ahead of my age group.
Yeah.
I remember
So
that.
you were fighting with 12-year-olds. And you were like 8.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So I must have been like 8, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because I had just started primary school, right? These pricks.
You're not in primary.
Primary school, like third grade, 2nd grade.
What? With 8 years old, you're in 3rd grade.
Well, 7th grade. 7 years old is 1st grade.
Really?
Yes, first, second grade, yeah.
Oh, second grade.
Yeah, because when you're 6...
You just go to first grade.
Yeah, right? So
Yeah.
I must have just started primary school. And I was fucking fighting these kids, these
There
pricks.
were 12.
Yeah, that's where all that pent-up anger is, because I never took revenge on them. Anyways, do let us know if perhaps there are any other artists of yours which you would like us to check out singing in a different language. Mm-hmm. Any language is welcome.
Okay, wow, so aggressive today.
Not a specific language. You don't have to choose just one. It could be anyone. Could be different languages.
Okay.
Okay?